What is up, guys? Welcome to another video, and today we have some exclusive gameplay of the new StraightUpHippo mode in Need for Speed Payback. So for those not aware, I will link a video down in the description explaining what SpeedCross is, but today we're going to go ahead and give my first impressions, as I was lucky enough to go ahead to Sweden to go ahead and record some of this at Ghost Games early. So I've got a bit of early gameplay. I've played through the whole DLC. I've got, a bunch of info and intel which I can give you guys to speak about this DLC, because there is a lot to talk about. Now, this isn't going to be my full-length review. This is my first impressions. I'm still going to be doing a let's play on it, and once I've done my let's play, then I'll give my feature-long review. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and talk about what I think of the DLC as a whole, my first impressions and what I think of it generally, because again, this is a very interesting DLC. Not the first DLC that I was hoping for from Payback, to be quite honest, but nevertheless, still a very, very entertaining one, which I think will get a lot of hours out of you guys if you are hardcore Need for Speed fans. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into this video. So firstly, let's go ahead and talk about the mode itself. Essentially, the best way of thinking about this is it's Gymkhana. Now, if you're not aware what Gymkhana is and you don't really have a clue what Gymkhana is, essentially, you basically go around, you drift a lot, you jump a lot, you break things, and you get points. Very similar to the drift mode in this game, you'll get a bigger multiplier for the more things you break, smash, and drift around, and that's basically how this works. Now, although simple in premise, when you're actually racing in this mode, you've got to kind of find a balance of what makes more points to smash. There's a lot more strategy to this mode than people will probably end up giving it for. Do you go around the route where you have to drift and then miss a box, or do you go for the box instead of drifting and maybe get a bit more speed into the speed trap? There's a lot of tactics in this, which way will give you the biggest and baddest combo. Those types of things are really, really tactical in this mode. And again, similar to the drift mode, NOS locks your multiplier. So there's very interesting ways you can do this, as long as you keep up the speed, keep going sideways, keep the keep everything up and keep the momentum up. That's the best way you're going to get points in this mode. There's really no secret. It's very, very simple. As long as you break things and drift things and take the right line, you're going to do well in this mode. And honestly, it is a bunch of fun. One thing that I was quite disappointed by, and I haven't got footage of this, is that you can only use like a selection of like 5 or 6 cars. It might be 10 cars, including the derelicts in this mode. And that's something which kind of disappointed me, to be honest. I was kind of hoping that the car list was going to be a bit more open for these cars, because they do come in a separate car class, which means I believe the Countryman, the Infinity, all the derelicts, and there's a handful of other cars like the Charger, the Focus RS, and a few others which you can use. And that was kind of disappointing. I was hoping I could take my R32 into this, and that's something which, I do hope they eventually improve in the future. But for sure, I was a bit disappointed and a bit shocked to see there was only, so little cars in this mode. As well as that, in your first playthrough, you will not be able to use any of those cars, and you will be forced to use this mini Countryman, which again was a bit annoying. I was hoping that we could use your own cars, and it's definitely something which is a bit of a problem. I'm not going to sit here and say this is a teeny problem, because it really, really isn't. This is a big problem which this DLC pack faces. I'm not going to sit here and say it's the end of the world, but it's for sure a problem which everyone should know about before going into this and before buying and making their decision. Other than that, there's a few things I picked up about the mode itself, little quirks here and there, things that make it fun, things that make it a bit different. But I don't want to ramble on too much. I do want to kind of let you guys watch the rest of this gameplay. All the gameplay you're seeing from this video is quite early on. I don't want to show any of the later stuff, because again, I'm doing a let's play, and also I don't want to spoil it for you guys. And obviously all the story stuff that comes along with this DLC, I haven't shown either, because again, I don't really want to ruin that for you guys. The story is very, very, very short. It's not really, that big of a story. Essentially, you're trying to beat a guy called Barracuda, and then you're trying to go through, this legal system of, like, there's a top 10 legal SpeedCross races, and you're trying to beat those. Some of them will feature from older games. You never see these characters, but it's just names on a board where you kind of have to go up, kind of similar to the Most Wanted list in 2012, except you don't see the cars. Again, the story wasn't really anything amazing. I'm assuming they've been working on this for quite a while, to be honest, because it's one of those things that was listed a very long time ago. I believe this was listed in July, when the game was actually first announced. So this has been something in the pipeline for a while, but regardless of the story, they obviously wouldn't have had feedback or had time to take feedback from the community if this has been in the pipeline for so long. I don't know that for sure. That's me completely speculating, but that's what I assume, at least. Anyway, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to go ahead and hit the like, subscribe. There's going to be more SpeedCross on the way very, very soon, as well as a bunch of other things. We've got abandoned vehicles coming up soon, all types of things that are going to be releasing in the next patch. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to go ahead and hit the like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys have been awesome. Stay safe, and